Good morning, everybody. We're here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Zoe, I'm Kevin, and that's Flash up above us. We're gonna feed Zoe a little bit of food this morning. You guys are invited to join along. We just finished up a sloth encounter, and we're hanging out with Zoe now. Zoe is a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth, and she loves cuddles. We're doing a little bit of open Q&A, trying to see where everybody's from. Hope you're having a great day. Good morning, everybody. This is Zoe. She is a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. She eats about 10% of her body weight every single day. And get this, when they use the bathroom, they lose 30% of their body weight. So they're gonna climb down out of the tree, they're gonna hold on, and they're gonna shake their little booty. And then when they use the bathroom, the sloth moth is going to crawl up on them and it's going to live in them. And then when the sloth is grooming herself, she would ingest the bacteria that the sloth moths would leave. And that's actually how they process their food. So that's why it's so important for sloths to have the right temperature and the right environment. Right, Zoe? All right, let's see if she wants a little bit of breakfast here. Oh, I think she likes it. What do you think there, Zoe? It is the sloth, Holly. Hope you're having a great day. Where's everybody watching from this morning? I think we had Denmark. They are no pets and dirty. Hey, user 184. No, she's definitely not a pet. And guess what? She's not dirty either. She's really, really clean. England. Good morning, Holly in England. What's the weather like there? And what time is it? Are you guys like 6, 8 hours ahead of us? Dallas, Texas. Good morning. How are you doing? You're going to see them when you go to Costa Rica? Yes, you do get to see sloths in Costa Rica. I lived there for a little bit. But here's the thing. In Costa Rica, you're not going to hold sloths or pet them, which is good because they're wild animals. But Costa Rica has made it illegal to hold or pet anything with sloths because so many locals were going out and grabbing sloths and letting tourists grab them. So that's the reason they don't do that. It's 4 o'clock in England. That's awesome. Is that tea time? Do you guys still say that? That would be cool. I'd like to say, I'm going to have tea now. That's kind of funny. Arizona, how you doing? How was Costa Rica? Where'd you go there? I hung out in Alba for a little bit. It was a pretty cool place. Zoe here is being a little picky. So we will see what she's feeling. What did you think about Costa Rica, Kelly? Did you like it? Tea time is 7 p.m. Awesome. All right. Well, I got to know about this tea time in England. So do you guys have tea, or is it just what you say and you're just having like dinner, or how does that work? Dinner time. Okay, cool. Mama in Maine. That's cool. I think Maine's really pretty. And part of the reason I think it's pretty is there's not a lot of Maine roads. So when I look at a map of Maine, I'm always like, oh, that would be really cool because there's no roads there. So to me, that just means a lot of exploring. Good morning, everybody. If you're just now joining us, this is Zoe. I'm Kevin. Flash is up above me, hanging out. Oh, look at him. He's doing laps up there. He's like, do you have any food for me? Guys, we have over 150 animals, including sloths, kangaroos, llama, alpaca, Scottish Highland cows. There's a lot to do. And then you guys might have seen the little armadillo running around. And we're going to grab Baku here in a minute and let you see him. Palm Springs. Is it beautiful down there? I bet it is. How old are they? Zoe here, she's about 18 months old. And then Flash, the adult up above us, he's 7. And then we have Dash. And Dash just turned 1 year old. He is the cutest thing ever. Sloths in the wild typically live to 20 to 30 years. But in captivity, there were 2 in Germany, Jan and Paula, and they made it to 52 and 54 years old. It is a beautiful animal. Zoe's the cutest little thing ever. I love hanging out with her, and she loves cuddles. She loves making messes. Let's see here. Guys, this is Baku. Baku is a 3-banded armadillo. So he's pretty amazing armor. And this is still his shell, and guess what? He's a mammal. So this is called his carapace, and it's made up of keratin, the same thing that makes up our hair and our nails. And so this gives him the ability to roll up in a complete ball. What's really cool is the sloths, the three-banded armadillos, and giant anteaters are all zathorans. And so what that zathoran means is like hinged spine. So they have the ability to curl themselves all the way up into a little ball, just like this. And you can see the little seam right here. So what they like to do is if an animal's trying to get them, they might open that up a little bit, just like that. And then if you put anything in there, like you're trying to get them, or you get a finger in there, they clamp it down really, really tight. So it'd be like getting your finger slammed in a car door. You don't want that to happen, do you? So when you're handling Baku, you gotta be really gentle and make sure that you're being safe. So there's other kinds of armadillos also. There's one called the pink fairy armadillo, and that's about the cutest little thing ever. Really small, tiny. This guy's only gonna get maybe a little bit bigger than this. And then when they have offspring, they usually just have one. And when they come out, they kind of look like they're wearing like those old tiny leather football helmets, you know, because their shell or their exterior hasn't solidified all the way. But look how there's just all the parts fit together so perfectly. I think he's the cutest little thing ever. Baku the armadillo. Look how cute he is, guys. I love him. He's like, hey, how you doing? Come see me at a Coe Riverside farm. Are armadillos dangerous? No, what he really likes to do is kind of look around your ankles and look for insects. So because of their nose and their sense of smell and how God built them, they can detect ants up to almost a foot underneath the ground. How amazing is that? So they burrow around, you can see him up underneath me, he's looking for bugs, and they're just gonna dig, 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 dig. They have so much energy, but they also have poor vision, just like sloths. So sloths have monorod chromacy, and what that means is they really don't have color vision, right? So they have horrible vision. They don't like it to be very bright, and they like to sleep a lot. So if you're a person that loves to sleep, you can probably identify with a sloth. They sleep about 15 to 20 hours a day, if you can believe that. Truly amazing. Good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're live here at a Coe Riverside farm. We have over 150 animals here. This is Zoe. She's a two-fingered or two-toed sloth. And then check this out, guys. We got Flash. Hey, Flash, you want a little bite, bud? Hey, Flash, you're right here. Oh, he came down, but then he wanted one. I think he's good. He's sneaky sometimes. Can you come hold Zoe? You sure as heck can. Just go to our website at coeriversidefarm.com and you can make your reservation right there. You can also go to our merch website, which is shop.coeriversidefarm.com. We just dropped like this cool shirt. It says keep calm and sloth on. Or keep calm and sloth. I can't remember what I put. You never see the sloths drink water, do they? That's a great question. So we do have water available for all of our animals, but for the most part, sloths really get most of their hydration from their food. You were married to a sloth? Well, bless you. I guess that's what we should say, right? Is bless you. You can kind of see Flash right here behind me. He's got a little itch back there. He's hanging out. You can see he's just kind of dangling from one or two limbs, but he's so strong and so agile. He can just hang out and chill on. Is it true that they fall to trees because they fall asleep? Well, here's the deal. They don't fall to the trees because they're falling asleep. They're gonna fall to the tree probably once a week, but the reason for that is they're trying to climb out to the end of the branch where the freshest and best leaves are. And so once they get to the end of that branch and they're like hanging on and they're having the buffet of leaves, sometimes like a bigger predator, like a harpy eagle or a jaguar or something is gonna jump onto that same branch. Now that branch was okay with holding 10, 15 pounds of a sloth, but when you double or triple that weight, that's what's gonna happen, is everybody's gonna come crashing down. But God designed the sloths in such a way to take that impact, and here's what he did. They have 46 ribs. That's right, 46 ribs. 2 sets of 23. And all of their internal organs are attached with a connective tissue to each other and to the ribs. So you know, like when we get in a car wreck, it's that kind of secondary impact of when we stop, our internal organs that really messes us up. They don't get that. So they're gonna crash to the ground and they're gonna be laying there for a second. They'll look up and the cat or something else is gonna be out of it. And they're gonna look over at them and go, ha, and get up and walk away. They're gonna be good. So the reason that they don't fall out of trees when they're falling asleep is this is the relaxed position for a sloth. So even when they're unconscious, they're still holding on. So when people are holding the sloths or holding Zoe or Dash, the sloth actually has to think to release their little arms, their little hands or claws. So no, they're not gonna fall out of the tree because they're falling asleep. All right, good morning everybody. If you're just joining us, we're here live at Ocoee Riverside Farm. We are in Benton, Tennessee. We are halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We are on the banks of the beautiful Ocoee River, and we have covered wagons that have air conditioning, so you're not gonna get hot. They also have heat. They have Keurigs and bunk beds and awesome king beds. It's really cool. Check it out. What is that? This is a sloth, and her name is Zoe, and she wants you to come here and hold her. So pretty cool. You're welcome, Melly. Good morning, everybody. Let's see, where are you watching from? We had England here a little while ago, so it's pretty cool. Manuel Antonio, yes, that is a awesome beach. Hung out there for a little bit. It was good times. Love me some Costa Rica. Australia, good morning. You're way out there. I love it. New Jersey. There we go. You're going to be here in 3 days. You are going to have the best time in your life, Sharon. You'll love it. Make sure you take lots of pictures. You'll like it. Texas. Good morning in Texas. Hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful here. We got a lot of Texas. I like it. Texas is a big state. I saw that they're doing some of those robo-taxi things in Austin. What do y'all think about that? Spring Hill, Tennessee. That's pretty cool. You're pretty close to us. Miami. I like that Will Smith song, Miami. I think it's hilarious. Augusta, Georgia. I think they had the golf nationals or whatever down there, right? They do move slow, but here's the deal. Flash up above us, the adult sloth, when he wants to move pretty quick, he can. All right, let's see here. Where is this? You're ready to take a vacation. We are in Tennessee, Benton, Tennessee at Ocoee Riverside Farm. Hickory, Kentucky. Kentucky's beautiful. My girlfriend was just telling me about this story that she heard about a girl preacher basically that would ride around and tell people in the mountains, like I guess like a circuit preacher from like the 1800s. It was pretty cool. Knoxville, you're right up the road. So here's the deal, guys. If you're coming from Knoxville and you don't want to get on 75, you 100% can take 411 the whole way down. It's probably another 10-15 minutes going that way, but you get to go through all the old towns, which I think are beautiful. But here's the tip, guys. Make sure you're listening. All right, are you ready? Don't speed through any of the small towns around us or right here. So if you're speeding through the small towns, don't be surprised if you get pulled over. If you don't speed, don't get pulled over. Not a big deal. Oa Beach, Hawaii. Is that on the Big Island or like the main? Yeah, is that on Hawaii? I lived in Oahu and John stayed in Maui and Kauai for a while. That's why I was asking. It is a cute sloth. This is Zoe, and she's a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. And we're seeing if she wants a little bit more breakfast this morning, but she kind of had a little bit of a treat, and sometimes she gets a little picky. Look at her. She's like, okay, I have to eat the healthy stuff. I guess I will. Do they bite? So here's the deal with biting. They have horrible vision. They don't want to bite you. They want to eat the food. But your finger and the sweet potato look eerily familiar. So when we're feeding them, we want to make sure we give them the food and then let go because your finger and the sweet potato look the same. What do they feel like? That's a great question. So their hair feels very similar between regular hair and beard hair. Someone else has also said that it's like troll doll hair. I'm not a troll doll hair expert, but apparently it feels like that. I'll leave that up to you to decide. What do you think, Zozo? Are you okay? Guys, you've got to see how she's looking. She is ridiculously cute. And this is Baku. Baku is the three-banded armadillo. He is also in the superorder of Zothorans, just like Zoe. And what that means is he has the ability to curl himself all the way up in a perfect ball. He's the coolest thing ever. And he is a mammal. This outside area is called his carapace, and it's made of the same material as our hair and our nails and beard, which is keratin, right? So it's really cool. It's warm to the touch, and he actually likes it when you give him little back scratches. He'll start moving around, and then when he's on the floor, he'll kind of shake his booty like a little dog, and I think it's the cutest thing ever. So if you want to come out to Coe Riverside Farm and hang out with all these amazing animals, you should. It is paradise. We have over 150 animals, including sloths, baby kangaroos that you can bottle feed. Guys, let's talk about those baby kangaroos. So with the baby kangaroos, you can actually bottle feed them, okay? And our two newest babies are Phoebe and Rachel. And we named her Phoebe because you know how Phoebe and Friends runs all funny? I think sloths run funny, so we named them Phoebe. Maybe it's not funny, but I think it's funny. Where are we located? We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville, and we're on the banks of the beautiful Ocoee River. Guys, the Ocoee River is really awesome. Right here in front of our wagons, you can paddleboard, swim, whatever. You go upstream, and that's where they had the 1996 Olympics. Super awesome. You got Parksville Lake, maybe 3 or 4 miles away, the Cherokee National Forest. We do guided hikes that are super awesome. Why is it so cute? Because it's a sloth. How could a sloth not be cute? Alright, good morning everybody. I see we have a bunch of new people watching. So we're here in Benton, Tennessee. Where are you guys watching from? Let's see, we had Texas, we had Hawaii earlier, we had England, Arizona, Florida, we got Texas again. Their teeth will get massive. So if she goes to eat again, we'll be able to see it. Let's see if she wants another bite. But their teeth get huge. You want another little bite, Zozo? No? She's not feeling it. Let's see if she wants some zucchini. You want some zucchini? No. Not feeling it. San Antonio, Texas. I was in the Air Force in Texas, and San Antonio was hot. Compton, Cali. Love it. How's Compton doing? Is it safer now? Montana, Nashville. Nashville, you're basically our neighbor. Come visit us. I think I saw Cleveland. That's awesome. Hopefully Cleveland, Tennessee, right down the road neighbor. Ohio! I like the extra O's you put in there. I sense the enthusiasm, and you're now my new friend. You don't even like sloths? Well, they're really, really cute. And I was gonna grab the armadillo, but I don't know where he went. So that armadillo's name is Baku. Why do they always hold their head like that? Because they're trying to look behind them. That's it. And, you know, unlike most animals who are kind of stuck, sloths have so much flexibility that they can twist their head wherever they want. You just, well, awesome, Victoria. I hope she loves it. We try to put out good educational, fun content for you guys. What do I like about this animal? I like that this animal is chill and relaxed, and it's really welcoming of everybody. So I think if everybody else was like that, life would be a lot more chill. And you can see that she's about the best cuddler ever. She gets a little bit exploratory, but it's okay. This is you? Well, hello you. Hey Cherie, how you doing today? But he is boring? Well, sometimes in life it's a little bit better to just kind of chill. Now, do I love the horses and the huge camels? Obviously. But the sloth, I mean, it's kind of like unconditional love, right? Pretty amazing. Well, Ashley Marie, you can come to a Coe Riverside Farm and hold a sloth. You can feed a sloth. And someone else was asking about what other animals we have. We have a camel that is the biggest camel in North America. That is Ed. He is simply massive, guys. He weighs almost 2,000 pounds. So this animal is huge. His hump is over 7.5 feet tall. You can actually ride that same camel. So when you're riding it, you feel like you're so high up in the air. It's the coolest thing ever. Pretty fun to do. And you can bottle feed the baby Scottish Highland cows too. Can sloths bite? Yep, they can bite. That's how they eat their food. But they don't want to bite us. They want to eat their food. Get this guy a job at the DMV. We tried to give an application, but he just was so slow filling it out. You know, they timed out, so it didn't work. Puerto Rico. It is beautiful in Puerto Rico. Don't you guys have the bay that it lights up from all the photofluorescent algae or something? I thought that was really cool. This is Zoe. She is a two-fingered or two-toed Linnaeus sloth. And she loves cuddles, people, and naps. So, a lot of good stuff. South Carolina, hope you're having a great day. Lynn in Texas, how you doing? Zoe here, her birthday was December 16th, so I guess that puts her at almost 18 months old. No, almost 20 months old. You want to go but you can't afford it? Well, start saving up. And then during the winter, I think we'll be doing like a couple big events, so keep a look on our website and our social media, and we'll be announcing those. It'll be pretty fun. Let's see here. You want one, so a lot of people ask about owning a sloth. We do not recommend getting a sloth as a pet. We have a USDA exhibitor license, just like a zoo, okay? So for all intents and purposes, we're like a zoo, but where you can actually have experiences with the animals. We have over 150 animals, including sloths, kangaroos, llamas, and alpacas. All right, let's see here. Dr. D, yes, it is super cuddly, aren't you, Zoe? Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Let's see here. Where are we located and how can you hold a sloth, Kayla? Kayla, we are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And you can go to our website at CoeRiversideFarm.com or shop.CoeRiversideFarm.com and book your encounter. And it's a blast. And you can do encounters here and you can stay here. We have lodging for up to 40 people. It's really cool. All right, what other questions do we have, guys? Can you see the armadillo? Yeah, let me see what he's getting into here. Where'd you go there, little armadillo? All right, let's see here. This is Baku. Baku is a 3-banded armadillo, and he is the cutest thing ever. So he's not gonna get much bigger than this, but he has the ability to curl himself all the way into a ball. This is not like the 7, 8, or 9-banded that you see in the States sometimes. This is a 3-banded. 3-banded armadillos can actually have anywhere from 2 to 4 bands. There's over 20 different kinds of armadillos. There's even a little tiny one called the pink fairy armadillo, and it's about the cutest thing ever. But you can see how his head and his tail just perfectly mesh in there. And then you can see that line right here. This line, what he does is kind of a trap. So open it up a little bit, and then when an animal goes in there to get him, he'll snap it shut, just like a car door, and it does not feel good. See how he kind of opens that? He's like, what's going on out there? What's going on out there, guys? And we're hoping to get a female and name her Shaka Khan. So we'll have Bakugan and Shaka Khan. Yeah, I'm gonna let him run around, and when he's running around, I am sure that he will open up. Let's see here. Let's see where you at, bud. He goes fast. There he goes. When he comes back up, we'll grab him again. But he loves to move around and explore. And guess what, guys? That little armadillo can smell an ant almost a foot underground. Truly amazing. And they have poor eyesight too, very similar to the sloths. That's the reason that they're in that same super order of Zethorans, which I just think it's a cool word, Zethorans. How long do sloths live? That's a great question. So there were 2 sloths in Germany that made it to 52 and 54 years old. and that was Jan and Paula. In the wild, sloths typically only make it to 20 to 30 years old. So we're pretty excited that our sloths might outlive us. Pretty neat. All right, let's see. Is he heavy? That's a great question. So Zoe here, she's probably 15, 17 pounds. Flash is about the same weight. Now here's the deal, guys. Sloths only use the bathroom every 7 to 10 days. And when they use the bathroom, they come down out of the tree and they're holding on. They get their booty all the way on the ground, and then they do this little dance. So they're doing that dance because their booty is kind of in the poop pile. And then the sloth moth crawls up on them, and it's living in their fur. The sloth then goes back up into the tree, and then when the sloth is grooming itself, it gets the bacteria on its claws and then ingests that bacteria. That bacteria is how they actually process their food. So if they didn't have the sloth moth, they wouldn't be able to survive. How crazy is that? How often do they drink water? They get most of their hydration from their food, but they have access to water here whenever they want. What does their hair or fur feel like? So their hair or fur feels right in between regular hair and beard hair. And somebody has also said that it feels like troll doll hair. I'm not a troll doll hair expert, but that's what it feels like. How does it feel like to be living your dream? It's pretty awesome, but you can come here and make it your reality. Are they personal pets? They are not personal pets. This is a Coe Riverside farm. We have a USDA license for as an exhibitor, which means for all intents and purposes that we are classified as a zoo. So you're basically watching a zoo channel where you can come here and actually interact and do the same thing with the animals. The whole premise of a Coe Riverside farm is to provide a safe place, an affordable place, where people can come and have hands-on interactive experience with ambassador animals that actually want to be handled. Some animals don't want to be handled, and that's okay. Where are we located? We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. So we're right on the banks of the beautiful Coe River. You have everything from swimming, paddleboarding, crazy rafting, kayaking. There's everything here. It is awesome. How was she the first time she ever held? She just wanted to be held. They just crawl right up on you and they're like, hey, how's it going? Now what's really fun with Zoe is sometimes when you put her down, she'll make this little sound and she goes, oof. And then she'll almost chase me out of the room because she still wants to cuddle. So yeah, but they like to be held. They're really, really sweet. All right guys, let's see how we're doing here on time. We're gonna stop here in just a little bit, so if you got any more questions, make sure you ask. What kind of animals do we have that you can interact with hands-on? Sloths, kangaroos, llamas, alpacas, Scottish Highland cows, camels, horses, sulcata tortoises, llamas, alpacas, goats, sheep, geckos, spider monkeys, iguanas, sugar gliders, micro squirrels. I think I got most of them, but I might be missing a couple. Oh, and a turkey. If you've ever wanted to hold a turkey, you can come here and hold Thomas the turkey, and I think he's the coolest animal ever. Carolina and Manic, I love it. I know there's so much to say. Sometimes I don't like trying to say it all because I feel like it's an infomercial, you know. You're like, the ShamWow, you know. You're like, this animal's gonna cure all your problems. I did forget the armadillo. You're so right. I need to memorize them in alphabetical order. Yeah, they are very sweet. We're not going to give you an animal that's going to flip out. I know, the little armadillo. And sometimes, so I wear boots, obviously, right? So my ankles are covered. But what he loves to do, and it's so funny, is sometimes he will go in and he's like looking around people's ankles and like digging through their socks. And some people just start giggling uncontrollably because they said it tickles. It's really funny. If you love sloths and you want to meet them, which is what you just said, come here and hang out with Zoe. We have 3 sloths here. We have Flash, Zoe, and Dash. You can hang out with all of them. You're going to be here in September. You're going to love it. It's the best thing ever. She is very content. And I apologize for this weird V-neck thing that she has put on me. This is not how my shirt's supposed to look. So I don't think I have that much fashion sense, but I definitely wouldn't wear a purple V-neck t-shirt. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Zoe, I'm Kevin. We're here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. We're in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. We're on the banks of the beautiful Ocoee River, and you can come hang out with Baku. Baku is a 3-banded armadillo, and he loves meeting new people. Look how cool he is. He goes all the way up into a ball. He can protect himself. And then you can kind of see that little opening right there. What he'll do is he'll go, oh yeah, you think you can get me? And then maybe an animal gets something in there, and then he's going to snap it shut. And it's going to feel just like a car door. But I think he's the cutest little thing ever. Look at his little nose and his little claws. He's like, hey guys, how's it going? So we're hoping to get a female, and then we're gonna name her Shaka Khan. So we'll have Bakugan and Shaka Khan. And you can see how his ears just fold right inside. How amazing is that? So he is also part of the super order of Zothorans, just like the sloth, armadillo, and the giant anteater. They're all like cousins. Very distant cousins, but cousins. Can it roll? Oh yeah, it can roll. But I'm not gonna make him roll. That's his defense mechanism. So if he ever wants to do that, we let him do it. Let's see, I think I see Flash up here above us. What you doing up there, Flash? Where you going, bud? So if you're just joining us, now we're checking out Flash. Flash is our adult male. He's a two-toed or two-finger Linnaeus sloth also. And he loves hanging out, getting treats from people, pets. But we don't hold Flash. And nothing bad about not holding him, but we just don't hold him because he doesn't want to be held. I'm going to set Zoe down, and then we're going to work on putting Flash back. Flash is getting ready to go back into his area. So if you guys have ever wanted to see what it's like to see a sloth go back in their little house, that's what we're gonna do. We're just getting this set up for him. Sorry for all the crazy bouncing around, but we're gonna let Flash out. Let's see here if we can make this a little bit higher. Guys, give me just a second. The camera may jar around, but I'm trying my best. All right, Flash, let me open it up, bud. See how smooth he moves? Look how graceful he is. He's like, this is no big deal. I'm just out here climbing. We are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And we have over 150 animals, including sloths, kangaroos, llamas, and alpacas. And this is Flash climbing up to his area right now. I think he's about the coolest thing ever. And he's going for a little trip up there, aren't you, bud? Where are you gonna go? Flash is definitely exploring a lot. And here's the cool thing, guys. Do you see the that glass window up there? So you get Flash as a roommate if you're staying upstairs in the camel condo. How cool is that? See that big window right there? That's where you can see Flash all of the time. Pretty amazing. All right, good night, Flash. Good night, bud. All right, let's see if we can go out here and we'll see if we have a couple more animals. Give me 1 second and I'm gonna grab that armadillo. I think some people were very interested in hanging out with him. So this is Baku. He's a 3-banded armadillo. We're located here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. So when you're doing the farm tour, this is just one of the animals that you can see. Do you see how he has his little face out? Look how his ears just go right back inside of there. They are part of the super order of Zothorans. So Zothorans means hinged spine. So just like how the sloths are and the giant anteaters, they all have the ability to fold themselves up. So it means hinged spine. How cool is that? So when they're born, their exterior is pretty soft, right? It kind of looks like a leather old-time football helmet. But then as they get older, it starts to harden up. And then this exterior is called the carapace. So his carapace is made of the same material as our hair and our nails. It's truly awesome how he can just fold himself up. And then I think that when he runs around, he kind of looks like a potato running around on high heels. He's just the cutest little thing ever. So come on out to Coe Riverside Farm. You can book everything on our website at coeriversidefarm.com. And then our merch website is shop.coeriversidefarm.com. But this is Baku, and he's a 3-banded armadillo. And look at his cute little nose. He loves hanging out with people. Come visit Baku at Coe Riverside Farm. We have over 150 animals, including sloths, kangaroos, llamas, and alpacas. Your daughter got to hold Dash and Zoe. That's awesome. He is doing the wave. You live in Tennessee? They are awesome. They're not blind, but they have a very similar bad vision that the sloths do.